Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to my British GT Championship series on ACC. This is round 2 at Snetterton, which is probably my worst track on the whole calendar. So, probably not going to go that well, but, you know, we're going to give it 100%. Yeah, anyway, enjoy the video and enjoy some racing. So, here we are, Snetterton, for round 2 of the British GP Championship, and we're going to jump straight into practice. I'm going to preface this by saying I have driven Snetterton for maybe like 1 race, 2 races maybe, and a tiny bit of practice, and it is easily the worst track I can drive. Also, the whole video today is going to be post-commentary because I'm so bad at this track that I really wanted to concentrate on, you know, the racing rather than having to talk and be entertaining. So practice didn't exactly start as we wanted to, as I went for a little lawn mowing excursion. That's okay, but that's what practice is for until I did it for a second time later on in that lap. Safe to say practice was not going as I planned, but I did set a lap, which was quick enough for 4th, so, you know, I had a little bit of confidence going into qualifying. A little bit of confidence. Can't say it was a massive amount. So out we go for qualifying. I'll probably skip through the out lap and then we'll get to I'll talk you through a lap at Snetterton, because why not? Because I'm clearly an expert at this track. So here we go, we cross the line, holding that gear for way too long. We break at about the 100 meter board-ish, down into 3rd, overslow the car. For some reason take the weirdest line through here, which means you're so wide. Run on the grass, that's faster. Another break at about 150 meters down into 1st, overslow the car for some reason, so that your exit is completely compromised. Clip that curb, why not? We come into this next left-hander. We're going to go through it at an extremely slow pace. Take way too much curb because apparently that's much faster. Up into the next hairpin, we're braking at about 150 meters again, down into 2nd gear. We'll call that a late apex. Yeah, you know, that'll do. Into this tricky left-hander. I actually kind of nailed that corner, and that's about the only one. This corner I just, for the whole race, no idea how to do it. It just doesn't make sense as a corner to me. Then into the right-hander before the straight, we stay in 2nd gear, completely miss the apex, run way too wide, compromise my speed onto the straight. As you can see, this is going very well. Down the straight, and then into this weird corner. I just like to shift down to 3rd and then hard on the brakes, shift down into 1st is probably a bad idea, but a little bit of oversteer on the exit. Into this corner, which I take way too slowly, and then into this sort of final couple of corners, which again make no sense to me. I don't know how to do this corner. I tried shifting into 3rd, 2nd, brake hard in 2nd, exit the corner, power down, and then it's just a straight dash to the line, and that is that's a lap at Snetterton. Yes, apparently it was my fastest lap. I'm not gonna lie, the rest of qualifying didn't go fantastically, as I do some more lawn mowing and just off miles into the distance. And it didn't really get better from there because later on in the lap I went for another little excursion onto the grass. That's really not helping when you only have 10 minutes to qualify. And then I just kind of caught a little bit of oversteer into the world's slowest spin into the wall. Which equally wasn't fantastic. At this point I'm really not having a great time. Was really annoyed at myself, and then just as qualifying had finished, I got into this spin, and I overcorrected and corrected right into the barrier, to the point that was my last lap to put a qualifying time in, and I broke the car. which is really what you want to do when you only have 10 minutes to qualify in a 20-minute race. So had to limp this one back to the pits. So managed to do a wonderful qualifying time of about 1 minute and 55, which was about 2 seconds off the pace, and once again puts me at the back of the GT3 pack. So it's Alton Park all over again. I've got to make some moves to get myself up into the front. So we move into the race, 2 o'clock on a nice sunny day. Wasn't expecting the weather to be this nice. I was expecting some rain, to be honest, but no, nice sunny day. So we start this very weird formation lap because it's hard to go double file through here because this last corner is so tight. Anyway, on to the straight. Just looking and waiting for those green lights to show up so I can put the throttle down. I think here I just have a little look around the outside, see if there's enough space for me. But then the green lights come, the Lamborghini comes right across me, and I've not really got much room to go anywhere. I'm thinking about going around the outside, which would be the inside for the corner, but not really. So I kind of just back off completely. The Lamborghini goes really slowly, which slows up the Porsche, which means I can go down the inside, and I'm looking up the inside, a little bit late on the brakes, up the inside of this Bentley. Really, really tight, absolutely destroying my exit of this corner, which means the Bentley gets such a superior exit to the corner, which means he can pull away from me. I try and stay on the back of him, but then, as usual, just run a little bit too wide, compromise my exit for the straight. But you know what I think? Ah, well, let's try it. Dive bomb into the hairpin. Again, on the curbs, kind of squeeze the Bentley out a little bit there, almost drive him into the Porsche. And now I have 2 faster cars behind me. Lamborghini looking up the inside there, and I say no thank you. Close the door on him. Just going way too slow into this corner for some reason. I really wasn't happy with the car setup and the track, and I was just struggling all weekend. Of every session, I really, really, really struggled with this. I'm already, a second and a half behind, and we've not done half a lap. And I've got a Lamborghini right up my behind. As I brake, I make a little bit of time up on that corner there, but my exit is not great, and this Lamborghini is all over the back of me, and I make a huge mistake. Managed to rejoin on the track, but at this point now, the Lamborghini is in my anus. It's just an inevitable waiting for the Lamborghini to overtake me here. Way too slow into this corner. I've got the Lamborghini, now the Bentley as well. It was just an inevitable thing that was going to happen of the Lamborghini overtaking me. He jumps into the slipstream here. Looking up the inside, I reckon I might have this, hold this to this corner, but apparently I'm going way too slow, and he gives me a little love tap, which does slow him down, which buys me a little bit more time. So there's a bonus, but then I absolutely completely missed my braking point, and completely missed the apex, and Mr. Lamborghini's back again. You can just see him in the rearview camera, in my mirrors, in the mirror at the top, or the mirror on the right. It's just all over me, and I was panicking because I knew I was slow, and I thought 10th was actually an alright place if I could hold on to it. But he looks up the inside down to the hairpin. I do completely shut the door on him, which I'm not entirely sure if that was fair, but he has a much better exit than me, and at this point I just think maybe I should let him go by. Not that I had any choice, but I just wasn't going to put up any more of a fight, and maybe I could just hold on to the tail of him, follow him through some corners and get the slipstream down the straight, but the pace just wasn't there. Even with the slipstream down the straight, I wasn't quick through the corners. I just hadn't got to grips with the track. My car setup for the practice qualifying and the race was just horrendous. I don't know what I did, but the car just didn't feel balanced. I didn't feel in control with it. Probably should have made some more setup adjustments, but I didn't, and I thought I'd be okay, but I think this is proof that I wasn't. So around the final 2 corners, I'm getting a little bit close to the Lamborghini, but you'll see just as we get onto the straight, he gets a much better exit out of that corner, and goodbye. And at this point, the Lamborghini's pulling away from me. I make a huge mistake into this corner here, and the other two cars that I had behind me are right up on me. I closed the door of the Porsche there, but the Bentley's gone through quite easily. A little bit of oversteer in that corner. Really just sitting in the slipstream of the Bentley. Hopefully I can just pass him on the inside or around the outside of the last corner. He brakes a lot earlier than I thought he would. I give him a little love tap there, just to remind him that I'm there. You know, illegal racing and all that. He gets way quicker through these corners here. I mean, I'm dropping the Porsche, but also the Bentley is dropping me. I'm trying my best to hold the speed through here. Fourth gear, maybe shift out. Nope. I think maybe I can get him on the straight if I can just, and then wallop into the back of the Bentley. So that's 2 races that I've absolutely clattered someone out of the race, and it's been completely my fault. Well, maybe the Mercedes in the last race wasn't my fault. Anyway, doing some more lawn mowing here. Just smashing my face into the barrier, which, you know, although earlier I had clattered the Bentley into the barrier, clattered myself, which means the Bentley is now coming back to me, which all it took was for me to make one more little lawn mowing decision for the Bentley to just completely fly by me. Now, are we going to have a repeat of what happened the lap before? Am I just going to send him again to the Shadow Realm? No, I felt a little bit bad this time, so I just really slowed the car down. Knowing that he was going to brake a little bit earlier this time, I equally matched his braking, and at this point, I knew I was in no man's land, so I just thought, let's jump into the pits, let's get the pit stop out of the way, and then, you know, second half of the race, maybe we'll go a little bit better. What I didn't realise is that I hadn't changed to turn off damage, so they also fixed my damage while I was in the pit lane, which added about another 19 seconds to my already slow pit stop. So at this point, leaving the pit, I'm a little bit demoralised. I knew I had 10 minutes left, but I was absolutely nowhere in the race. I knew my pace wasn't there. I had a really slow pit stop. I was already in second to last. I pretty much knew I had no hope in this race. My only hope was that, you know, it's quite a difficult place to overtake in some parts of the track, and I thought maybe some GT4 cars, if we just got a big clump of them, that maybe they could slow them up, but I don't think it's as bad as overtaking as Alton Park, so yeah, this, as you can see, the Lamborghini in front makes quick work of the Mercedes GT4, which I didn't. He's getting blue flagged, but he seems to actually be quicker than me, which is really depressing. Managed to just take him into this corner by going on the grass, then almost missing my braking point. Got another GT4 car. Honestly, this was the best action I had all day, was overtaking a couple of GT4 cars, because it made me feel like I was getting some overtakes in. Fly past that one. We got McLaren up in front of us. Another GT4 car, but look, you know, gave me some entertainment. For some reason, making a really risky overtake into this braking point. I don't know why, but you know, that was about it for the race. I was in absolutely no man's land. If you look on the scoreboard, I was 49 seconds down from the person in 12th. So I wish I had more race highlights, but you know, it was kind of just a nothing race for me. I really screwed up this race. I had a horrible time. I really wasn't enjoying myself at all. It's such a track that I struggle with. I certainly need to do some more practice on it. But as we come across the line, yeah, we're almost a minute slower and a minute behind everyone, which is not great. I really wanted a better result today in this race after having not a terrible result, but still scoring no points at Alton, a track that I actually quite like, even though I may not be fantastic at it. Yeah, just an overall not a good race. As you can see from my face there, I wasn't too happy about it. Yep, we're right at the bottom of the leaderboard with no points. But, you know, next up is Silverstone, which is a track I'm really strong on. So looking forward to that one. So if you, sorry it's a little bit of a shorter one this time, but if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, drop a subscribe, and I'll see you for Silverstone next time.